Hello, friends. Welcome to the world of Petrolith, Thar duking around.
Last time on Petrolith.
We'll try not to roll initiative with the people we're trying to get to pay us. Well, I'll try not to crash the train into the train dock.
Yes. 100 gold if we actually get attacked as a little bonus. I don't think that would be a problem. Oh, we're coming with.
Carl is a mimic.
Yeah, obviously. You gotta stay incognito and the train starts slowing down very quickly.
Well, if you say so. And Reginald is going to try and look farther out the window, or like go to the bar and act like he's getting a drink, and then try and look around.
The view forward is pretty blocked by the
Sure.
by the engine car, and the view out the sides is they didn't cut a whole lot of foliage back. It kind of looks like they let the train do most of the trimming through this forest.
Sure.
Sure. So the trees and bushes and stuff block your view pretty good. You can see a little bit out, and you don't see anything that catches your eye or
Right.
looks
Rhinos.
untoward.
So,
Could you distract that nice gentleman there in the train operator's outfit? Ask him about the train or how it operates, or anything you can think of. Just try and get him to look the other way for a moment. I'm going to try and sneak into the engineering car. If nothing untoward is happening, then I'll just try and get a peek around at some technological secrets, and if something untoward is happening, I'll run right back here and we'll join the others. Yes?
I guess I'll go up to that guy, hey, buddy, how often do these trains just stop in the middle of the forest, though, really?
I mean, it happens on occasion. It's not like a every trip kind of thing, but it's also, maybe every 10 or 20 trips when we're coming through, a large tree, died and fell off the...
I'm sneaking up front.
Okay. I just opened the door for you. Yep.
Oh, thank you.
Oops. I lost you. Oh well. You're gone into the void. Goodbye. He goes, like a dead tree will fall across the tracks, and for the most part, it wouldn't really affect the train, but we still like to avoid hitting them when we can.
How did the train notice that there was a tree from so far ahead? You guys have binoculars up there or something?
Yeah, there are spotters out front.
Huh, this train seems to be moving so fast. It took some time to slow down, it felt like.
Yeah, it does take a while. Luckily, we're running only 2 cars today, so it doesn't take as long as it could if we had a lot more cars, a lot more weight back there. But our engineer and our spotters are very well trained, and they definitely know what they're looking out for and what they're doing.
That's reassuring, buddy. Well, what's your name, by the way?
Fuck you, Bryson. My name is Bryson.
That's a beautiful name.
Yeah. Everybody always spells it wrong, but it's okay. I like having a common name. I don't have to worry about getting a number 2 strapped to the back of my name like that.
Yeah. I'm also just me.
What's your
One
name?
of a kind. Brian Knox, actually. It's
Oh.
pretty similar.
Wow, that is.
Where are you from? Are you from around here,
No, not from around here. I'm actually from Mortelia.
or Mortelia?
Yeah, just north.
Oh, okay. I think we might be heading up that way at some point.
Yeah,
Is there,
it's
any restaurants or anything out there that you would recommend?
Oh, yes, absolutely. If you get up to Mortelia, you have to go to Oceanside. It's
Oceanside.
yeah, it's the capital, and it is absolutely just gorgeous. There's no like shipping ports there, even though it's like right on the coast, because the ocean is mostly frozen and there's just you can't sail through there. But it is just great. The temple to Tyr is right in the center of the city, and it has gorgeous architecture, huge turrets, spires, gargoyles, the whole nine. What the fuck am I doing to myself? And there's a little seafood restaurant like right next to right on the bluffs overlooking the ocean, and you go there for like an early dinner right before sunset, and you watch the sunset down over the ocean while you're eating. They got seafood. They have meat pies that are really good. I would definitely recommend that for sure.
Hey, right on, man. I'll definitely see if I can check that out.
Yeah, do I would say I would say mention my name when you go there, but they don't like me up there because I ask too many goddamn questions.
Yeah, I get that a lot too.
Like what people's names are?
Just trying to get to know the guy, have a conversation. I was given a task.
Okay, well, I think I just nat 20'd my stealth check into the front car because of Bryson's brilliant acting here. So why don't you just go ahead and tell me what's up in there?
Are you going inside the front car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were just gonna try to peek around the front car to see if you could see what was up with the tracks. So you open the door, and like 4 people turn and look at you in unison. And they're like, "Hey, what's up? What's up, guy?
Oh,
You shouldn't.
No, don't mind. Right.
You shouldn't be in this car. This is supposed to be like a, employees only kind of place."
Oh no, I understand. Please forgive me. I managed to tell your gentleman back there that I was a fellow engineer. I just wanted to, take a look around at this marvel of engineering. If you've got any time, I figured while you were stopped and moving a tree or something, I could just say hello one scientist to another, as it were.
Yeah, now's not great time.
Dear, is something the matter?
Well, no, not really. It's just, it's not a tree on the tracks. There's a guy that waved us down, and sent one of our porters out there to try to figure out what he wants and why he's standing on our track.
Is it, forgive me, is it your usual policy to stop something running itself at close to 80 miles an hour? Or
Only
whatever
like
top speed of this thing is?
like 30.
Well, still, that must
No.
be an awful lot of bother to, just to stop all of this mass from moving forward because some crazy person decided to stand in front of several tons of adamantine and steel. Why not just simply, keep going?
Stupid as a stupid ass.
Are you
it seems
are
like-
you suggesting that a few miles worth of power is worth more than a life?
Well, not in principle, no, but I am suggesting that it's either a very poor life decision to stand in front of such a vehicle, or say if I were, I don't know, a bandit, I might want that this vehicle stop to take advantage of the kindness of some kind-hearted but perhaps misguided train engineers, so that I might pop into the back where all of the valuable cargo is. But it is your train, and your porter is doing well. He's not under duress, as you can see. He doesn't have a
you can take a look for yourself. He's standing right there in front of the train.
Well, I guess I'm going to go up front and do that.
Yeah.
What do I see?
They're having a conversation. The porter looks a little annoyed, a little aggravated, trying to get through to this guy that can't be standing on the train tracks waving down trains, and trying to find out why he did it. And the guy, or the gnome, to be specific, it's not like crazy ranting or gibberish, but he's definitely he seems like he might have a screw loose and he needs some help. First off, he probably shouldn't be in the middle of the forest by himself. Who knows how that happened?
See, this seems concerning to me. Just on a number of levels. What is this lad doing out here? He certainly must have lived here long enough to be familiar with the Platinum Road and its dealing. You've got to be careful of this. It's not the natural instinct of scientists like you and I, perhaps, to think that anybody might be up to no good or might be so stupid as to try and, I don't know, stop a train and rob it. But there are some people out there who are willing to do just that very thing. Difficult as it may be to wrap your mind around.
Pardon. I had to look at a map.
Plays out. Why don't you tell me about this vehicle here? Where's the power source as it is? It certainly doesn't look like the sluice back in Grand Grom.
Roll perception.
Right. I figured I was going to roll sooner or later. Unfortunately, unless it has to do with
this is D&D.
Right. Which means you're going to spend 50% of your time rolling for perception. I have gotten an 18 on the dice, which unfortunately is only a 19 for the actual roll.
Okay. While you're talking to the engineer about the power source and everything, and he's looking a little, because he still isn't really sure who you are. And you just walked in here and pretended like you belonged, so everybody's too socially awkward to kick you out. Because
yes, well,
you have that.
That's how Reginald operates.
You have that air of importance. So you notice that the porter and the gnome both start walking back to the train, the passenger car, they're walking past the engine.
Yes.
And
the proof meets the pudding.
And as they're walking past, you can kind of catch a little glimpse of what the gnome's saying. He's basically it's a bad mushroom trip.
Huh. Okay. So just a gnome on drugs out in the woods.
Yeah.
Lost at Burning Man and spent the next 20 years harassing trains. Sure.
Man. Same. If I had a nickel for every time that happened. You also, while they're walking past and you're listening to him talking, you also hear a thud noise that you're not really sure where it came from.
This has been fascinating, my good man, but I feel like maybe I should go check out on that. This has been lovely. Thank you. This is just a marvel of engineering. We should be very proud. Yes. Did you not hear that noise?
No.
I heard a noise, right?
Yeah.
You did? Okay. So either this guy didn't say it or he's lying. Hear it or he's lying to me. Perhaps it's my imagination. Do keep shoveling coal into the coal blocks or whatever it is runs this thing. I'll pick your brain later after I investigate. What apparently was nothing.
Hey, right before you leave, though, because I need to make up for the first 3 hours where we didn't roll anything. Well, that's not true. I didn't roll anything. You guys were rolling, so it's fine. But roll insight.
Yeah, I thought that might be coming too. Where'd my dice go? I'm even worse at this. Actually, no, I'm just as bad at this. 15.
You don't know. I mean, you don't pick up on anything other than what you already thought.
Okay.
And as you're as you're exiting the engine car, the porter comes walking up to walk past you to go in, and he looks kind of surprised to see you coming out of it. And you hear before he shuts the door behind him into the engine car, you hear him go, "This poor bastard ended up out in the forest, just out of his mind on poisonous mushroom. Can you believe that? And I've now lost you and the gnome." Well, there you are.
Excellent.
So now you're back in there.
Rhinox, perhaps it's best that we go check on our fellows back here. Something doesn't feel quite right, but I can't put my finger on it. Best to let this play out. Good sir, this train can't change its destination, can it? Once it's on the road, it just goes right to Northgate in this. Yes?
Yeah. I mean, pretty much it's on a track. There's not a whole lot of junctions.
Well, is there a junction between here and Northgate?
There is at... Oh, I can read. There's a city called Morgrim that is a junction.
And we're going to pass through it to get to Northgate.
Yeah, that's generally where we stop off to, pick up more power.
Ah, okay. So that is the scheduled stop that we were made aware of. Yes. Wonderful. Thank you. Will we get a chance to hop off the train ourselves and stretch our legs, or are we to wait aboard? I don't know how this works.
I mean, you can, yeah. Just stay close. We don't want to have to sit there and, put everybody in the country off schedule because one train is running a little late.
No, of course not. Yes.
And just as he says that, the gnome is now in the passenger car. But as he says that, you hear that loud whirring noise kick up again, and the train starts moving.
My good man, I heard you were in a bad way after some mycological incident out in the woods. Are you quite all right?
Oh man, there was a Wendigo, and there was a dragon, and there was a werewolf, and there were a bunch of hags out there, and we were all partying together, and then they told me that I had to leave. I don't know what I said to them, but they told me that I couldn't hang out with them anymore.
Oh, dreadful. It's one of those parties, is it? And then suddenly you've made some sort of faux pas and the room goes quiet. I quite understand. Listen, you've had a bit of a shock, and why don't you sit down here and while I fix you up something to help out.
Okay. And he lays down on the bench.
Right. Well, I'm going to sit here for a minute, and I'm going to try and whip up an antitoxin and give it to the gnome. Just for something to do. I don't know what anybody else wants to do about this. I, personally, am very, very suspicious about the engineers at the front of the train, but I didn't roll high enough in insight for Reginald to get the same bad vibes. I don't know what anybody else wants to do here now.
The train is now moving and basically back up to full speed.
Sure. So, yep, don't know what to do now.
Take it nothing interesting happened in the cargo while we were stopped.
Oh yeah, no, there was a white dragon. You guys missed it.
Oh, damn.
No, nothing
my
really
drinking.
interesting happened. You're just, sitting there on a floating train, waiting.
The party that he was told to leave in the woods, I want to get a little more information on that, because if he was told to leave at some point, what were they up to? Could it be cultist activity?
Well, it could have just been he got really annoying because he was out of his mind and everybody else was on a slightly different drug, so they didn't want him to be there.
I mean, this could be too, but also
Go off on another party, huh?
maybe.
They could have been fourth dimensional entities.
That's crazy, man. Have you ever done DMT?
No.
I was about to say somebody's out there partying in the machine elves a little hard.
Did the people actually exist is my next question.
You were back
Well,
in the
you can come
cargo
ask him
hold.
before I.
Yeah, you wouldn't really know what he said, but I mean, you can go up to the passenger car to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I think I'll do that, because I feel like I haven't really done much and I would like to do something, so.
Next time on Petrolith.
Harlequin, this gentleman seems to have been partying just in the manner that you seem to like.
What's your name, buddy?
Oh,
Kisses.
Then it sounds like it's your problem.
she will be so pissed if you antitoxin her psilocybin, a form of mushroom that is native or has similar species native to many parts of Petrolith. And then he reaches out and just like sticks a finger through your rib cage.
He's trying to figure out if you're real.
Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. You're a really nice dragon.
Who wants to go up there this time?
God bless.
Yeah, listen, if something happens to that engine, we're not going to give two tugs about what happens to these boxes back here, so we'd better get up there.
Lynn, did you mute yourself? Did she even come back after the break? I feel terrible.
I swear to God, if this little tripping bastard fucking stabs us in the back with some fucking syringe full of LSD or whatever, and I start having to making saving throws against a bad trip, I'm gonna be... Well, actually, I'd probably applaud that. That's a good move, but I won't be happy about it.
The insight roll on whether or not he was lying was a success. He was telling the truth. He was out in the forest doing drugs. Like,
The cast is comprised of Lynn, Bryson, Anna, Sierra, Emily, Zach, and Rob. Executive producers Rob and Zach. Sound mastering by Zach. Video editing by Rob. Virtual tabletop is Tailspire. Our minis are provided by Hero Forge, and our music is from Pixabay.